Hello everyone, Interact here with a bit of a different video. In this video I'm just going to be covering the rework of the Doctor, because just a few weeks, about a month actually I think, after I put out my video on the new Doctor rework, they went and just reworked like half of him again. So neat. This video is going to be covering all of the changes to the Doctor rework in his rework, that's a lot of re's, in the 3.6.0 patch that came along with the Chains of Hate chapter. This should be a pretty quick video, and serves as basically just an addendum to my entity education video about the original Doctor rework. So if you're wondering about that, feel free to check out the video link in the description below. So let's start at the best part of the changes in my opinion, the change to how madness functions. No longer is there all the weird numbers and decays. In certain scenarios they go up and down, and there's no funky math involved anymore. With the new changes it's nice and simple. There are still 3 tiers of madness, however you only need a single madness point to go up a tier. A shock therapy will always give half of a madness point, and a static blast will always give a full madness point, pushing them up a tier of madness. Madness decay doesn't exist anymore. Personally, I love this change because instead of a few paragraphs explaining how the hell madness worked and functioned and the math behind it, I just explained it in a few quick and easy sentences. Let's move on to the changes to the Doctor's add-ons. Breaking from my normal style of explaining them by rarity tier, I'm just going to explain them based on the, file of add-on, since the Doctor has a weird filing system because he's a doctor, whatever. We'll start off with the order file of add-ons. These add-ons will now decrease the cooldown of Static Blast by 2 seconds with the common variant, 4 seconds with the uncommon variant, and 6 seconds with the very rare variant. The Order Affliction got a bit of a change as well. Now all tiers will just replace broken pallets with illusionary pallets every 20 seconds, and the Doctor of course will still be able to see the auras of these illusionary pallets. The next set of add-ons to receive a rework are the Discipline file of add-ons. These add-ons will now decrease the detonation delay of your shock therapy attack. Quick reminder that the base delay after using a shock therapy and when it actually detonates is 1 second by default. Now the uncommon variant of Discipline will decrease this delay by 0.1 seconds. The rare variant will decrease the delay by 0.2 seconds. And the very rare variant will decrease the delay by 0.3 seconds. The Discipline Affliction got a rework as well, working the same for all tiers of the add-ons, once again, just simplifying everything. Now while a survivor is afflicted by Discipline Affliction, while in tier 2 of madness, they will perceive the red stain and tear radius as if the Doctor is right behind them while they are in a chase, and this effect will persist for 6 seconds after the chase ends. While in tier 3 of madness, this effect will just be permanent. The Doctor will be able to see the red stain on survivors who are suffering from the Discipline Affliction. The Restraint file of add-ons actually had their effects remain the same, revealing the auras of survivors who increase a tier of madness. This lasts for 1 second for the uncommon variant, 2 seconds for the rare variant, and 3 seconds for the very rare variant. What did get a rework is the Restraint Affliction. Now for all of the add-ons, once again, no matter the tier, they're just simplifying everything. Illusionary Doctors spawned by survivors in Madness tiers 2 and 3 will last for an additional 8 seconds, bringing them up to 9 seconds total. And the Doctor will be able to see the aura of these illusionary Doctors in both tiers 2 and 3. Normally without a Restraint add-on, you can only see illusionary Doctors' auras in tier 3. Another set of add-ons that basically just simplified everything is the Calm file of add-ons. Now instead of having percentage increases or decreases to your tear radius, they're just flat numbers, really simplifying the math when you combine them. Remember that these add-ons will increase your tear radius while Static Blast is off cooldown and available for use, and decrease your tear radius while your Static Blast is on cooldown. The common variant will increase or decrease your tear radius by 4 meters, bringing it up or down to 36 or 28 meters. The uncommon variant will increase or decrease your tear radius by 6 meters, bringing it up or down to 38 or 26 meters. And the very rare variant will increase or decrease your tear radius by 8 meters, bringing it up or down to 40 or 24 meters. The Calm Affliction got a bit of a change as well, being the same across the board on all of the Calm add-ons. In Madness Tier 2, survivors will hear a distant heartbeat as if they were about 80% of the killer's tear radius away from them for 10 to 15 seconds, and then this effect will go on cooldown for 30 to 45 seconds. While in Madness Tier 3, the distant heartbeat effect will be permanent. Oddly enough, the next add-on to get the change is actually a reversion of the Obedience Class 3 add-on back to being scrapped tape. Obedience is basically just part of the Doctor's base kit now, which I think is a cool change. The scrapped tape, in case you weren't around before the Doctor rework, is just a weird donut-shaped shock therapy that no one uses because how the hell are you ever supposed to hit anything with that? Next up in the RE-rework changes are the changes to Iridescent King. No longer will Iridescent King make it so every time you shock a survivor or static blast them, they gain a random affliction. Now it just gives survivors all of the every affliction under the sun when they're in madness. This is kind of an insane buff because you just static blast them once and they have everything for the rest of the game. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but honestly I never run Iridescent King anyways. I just think Doctor has better add-ons. And the final add-ons to receive a rework, which is getting really hard to say, are the Electrode Addons. I'd like to start off by apologizing by giving some misinformation in my previous video about the Doctor, and also having the incorrect information up on my spreadsheet. Link in the description if you want to know what every add-on for every killer and all the survivor stuff does as well, by the way. Shameless self-plug. I stated that the base range for shock therapy was 10.7 meters, but after reading the patch notes and rechecking the code, it seems that I misread the code essentially. The code does state that it is 10.7 meters, but that's from the center of the Doctor's hitbox, which leads it to actually be 10 meters out from the Doctor. It's confusing, I know. But apologies for having the wrong information in the previous videos. It is actually 10 meters. It is not 10.7 meters like I had stated falsely. Mistakes aside, the Electrode add-ons got a nice buff to them. They're no longer percentages, they're just flat numbers, and they no longer have those charge speed penalties that were just kind of weirdly tacked on. The common variant will increase your shock therapy range by 2 meters, the uncommon variant will increase your shock therapy range by 3 meters, and the rare variant will increase your shock therapy range by 4 meters. This actually ends up being a buff of about 0.5 meters across the board, in addition to removing the weird charge time penalties, which is super nice. And also they randomly just increased the range of interview tape from 20 meters to 24 meters, which is cool, I guess, but since the electrodes are now flat numbers instead of percentages, you can't really play Railgun Doc anymore, so guess you can't win them all. And that's it for this quick video covering the rework, which of the Doctor for the 3.6.0 Chains of Hate chapter patch. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, blah blah, whatever. The video for the Deathslinger should be out soon. I got strep this week, hence why I might sound a little off in this video. I'm still a little sick. So I wasn't able to get as much work as I wanted to do on that, and I wasn't able to play for a few days because I was just feeling miserable in bed. It's going to be a little bit later than I wanted to put it out, but I mean, what are you going to do? I was sick. I'll also have a video out about the toolbox changes. That'll be a super brief video like this one as well. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.